What's up, it's your boy, I Know Mercy, the Mad Hatter, here today to talk about the new trailer that was just released today for the Spider-Man Homecoming. The second trailer released for Spider-Man Homecoming, which is looking like it's really looking like it. This is probably like hands down going to be the best Spider-Man movie. I just feel like that because okay. So I liked the original Sam Raimi trilogy. As I'm getting older, I'm realizing it's really not as good as it probably could have been. Honestly, I think Tobey Maguire. I think a lot of people have already sort of come around about this. Tobey Maguire really wasn't the best choice for Spider-Man, at all. I mean, yeah, he kind of nailed the sort of awkwardness of the character, but he could never really Spider-Man isn't just an awkward character. He is, but he's also has this confidence about him, this sort of feeling of assertiveness, especially when he's in his costume, that Maguire never really conveyed. He was just awkward all the time, and it never really fit. I mean, the Raimi trilogy wasn't bad until you got to the third one, but I'm glad that we're getting a new version of it and also the Amazing Spider-Man trilogy was not good, but I think it gets it's not good, but I think it gets more hate than it deserves, because honestly, Andrew Garfield was a way better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire could have ever been. He nails the awkwardness of Peter Parker and the confidence of Spider-Man just almost perfectly. And I really felt like this was the Spider-Man I've been waiting for most of my life, ever since I became a fan of the character when I was a kid. And this new Spider-Man, Tom Holland, I think his name is, he was great in Civil War, and I think he's going to be just as good, if not better, here, because now he has the full spotlight on him, and he can really show the different sides of Spider-Man in the same way that Garfield and Maguire were able to. I really do think it's going to be just the best Spider-Man movie ever made so far. Which admittedly is Spider-Man 2 is sort of held that ever since it came out, because like I said, I liked the Amazing Spider-Man series, but they were never great or anything like that. And the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was really a mess, just a mess of different shit. It was basically the same issue that Man of Steel had, with too many plot lines and too many things being set up for the actual center conflict to really be all that interesting or really focused on. Except, of course, Amazing Spider-Man was, good, but here you really do get to focus on Peter and his issues and his fight with Vulture, played amazingly by Michael Keaton. I really think Keaton is gonna do a great job as Vulture, because it's Michael Keaton. Admittedly, I haven't seen a lot with Michael Keaton, because really the only things that I've ever really seen him in were, the two big ones, the Beetlejuice and the two Batman movies. Also, he was in The Other Guys, and he was great in that. So, I'm sure he's been in other stuff, but I can't really remember any of it. But Michael Keaton is gonna do a great job as Vulture. I think it's gonna be amazing, and I'm really digging kind of the way they're going about handling Vulture. It's kind of like. Okay, so obviously Iron Man is sort of a mentor towards Peter in this, and that's great, and it's how he got his costume, and it actually kind of solves an issue that I think a lot of people sort of had with Spider-Man movies. How the fuck does he get his costume? And it's never really all that satisfying. I mean, in Raimi's Spider-Man, he just sort of makes it, but never really explains how. And in Amazing Spider-Man, they explain how they make it in the first movie, kind of, but it never really explains how he's able to afford the materials to get it. Like, honestly, I think that's one of the bigger plot lines in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie. And of course, for some reason, they changed the costume in the second one, but whatever. Like, here they actually do have a good explanation for why he has the costume. Iron Man gave it to him. And it's clear Iron Man is sort of teaching Peter how to be a hero. And then you have Vulture coming in, who obviously has some sort of beef with Iron Man because, I mean, it's Tony Stark, who doesn't have a beef with him in some capacity. So he built his own suit, and I think he tries to, like it's kind of a dual mentors thing, like Vulture knows that Spider-Man is working with or for Iron Man, so he kind of tries to get Peter onto his side, and is like, men like, he has that line, men like Tony Stark don't really care about anyone, or something like that, and it's clear he's getting to Iron Man through Peter, which is really cool. And of course, I kind of get the feeling that Vulture is going to kind of appeal to Peter in sort of a mentory kind of way, kind of like Tony is, but he's going to do it in a different way, kind of a more of a grassroots sort of way. It's in a more approachable kind of way that a kid from Queens is going to appreciate, rather than some dude who never really had to. I mean, he worked, but he's been rich his entire life. He's never really had to struggle all that much until the whole Iron Man thing, but it's a different kind of struggle. Like, he's never had to worry about, oh my god, my mom or my aunt is about to lose her house or something like that. Tony's never really had to deal with that sort of thing, but I kind of get the feeling that Vulture's going to come at Peter in that sort of angle and kind of get him to help him. But then, the whole terrorist thing, and he's going to turn against him and obviously going to have to fight Vulture, and that's cool. It's I can really dig that kind of dynamic between Peter and Vulture, because there's never really been all that much to Vulture as a character. He's an old dude in a flight suit that occasionally fights Spider-Man because he's trying to steal shit. They've never really done much with Vulture in the past, and I'm really hoping they do something with him like that. They do something really interesting with him here. As for everything else, it's pretty decent. What I do think is kind of interesting is they're sort of melding Peter's story with Miles Morales' story. So he goes to a charter school, and the fat Asian kid who's Miles' best friend, he's Peter's best friend in this. And I can dig that too. I kind of like Peter having allies, people who know who he is and can help him. They can't obviously they can't help him in fights, but with looking up and researching villains, or looking up information about some thing that he's dealing with, or just covering for him when he needs to be Spider-Man when he's in class or something like that. I can dig stuff like that, and I'm glad that he does have that kind of character. I don't remember the character's name because I read Ultimate Spider-Man once, and it was a while ago, and I don't remember all the characters. I remember that Prowler is Miles Morales' uncle, but that's about it. And we don't really get to see much of Mary Jane. There's one scene with them, and I think she and Peter are kissing, but it's can't really see that much. And it does kind of irritate me that she's not a redhead in this. I get that, and I have seen black girls with red hair, so that's not a fucking excuse. But it's just it's just a personal thing for me. It's not a deal breaker. And I have no idea how good of an actress Zendaya is. I know she had a show on Disney Channel. I don't know if it's still on. I genuinely don't care, but I'm hoping she does a good job in this, because I have no idea how good this girl can act. But like I said, and I kind of like that they're building a supporting cast for him, and obviously that he has Aunt May, who is like the youngest Aunt May has ever been, which makes sense because like I've never completely understood why Aunt May is so fucking old. Because like how much older exactly was Ben from Richard? Because like Aunt May is usually depicted as being fucking ancient. But like in recent alternate continuities and shows and movies, they have de-aged Aunt May considerably, and it's like old as fuck, old but still spry in the Ultimate Universe, then older but can still get around in Spectacular Spider-Man. I think the youngest she's ever been was Sally Field in. Before now, of course, the youngest she's ever been was Sally Field in Amazing Spider-Man, which is I felt that was a good spot to have her, but it's like okay, it's like she's like early 40s now, so it's okay, fine. But I like the kind of scenes where Peter was with his friend, and is like and of course, there's a scene where he comes into his room and his friend is there. It's like, holy shit, you're Spider-Man. It's like, no, I'm not. Like, I see you in the fucking costume. And then he starts asking him a bunch of stupid questions about him being Spider-Man. And have you ever met Captain America? Yeah, it's the Shield. like those scenes are great and they're like nice and cute and stuff. And then of course there's the more dramatic scenes like Peter trying to stop an arms deal and Vulture just showing up. Like, I don't know if he knew Vulture was going to be there or Vulture just showed up and it's like, fuck, and he has to save a boat that was split in fucking half. And it really shows how fucking strong. Like, I always like it when they really show exactly how strong Spider-Man is, because you kind of like, he's not like Hulk strong or Thor strong, but he is really fucking strong. Like one of my favorite scenes in the Amazing Spider-Man is when he catches a police car like it's nothing and then just casually throws it right side up. Like yeah, in the greater Marvel cosmosphere, that's not all that impressive, but it just does show how strong Peter is. And like scenes like that I really like. And of course, Iron Man does help him because, like, even as strong as he is, I'm pretty sure even he couldn't keep, like, a fucking boat, a fucking ship that size from splitting apart. So Iron Man helps him, and this is a complaint that I think a lot of people have had. Is like it feels like they're showing too much, because after that scene, it shows Iron Man taking the Spider-Man suit away from Peter and him going to the old costume he used before Iron Man gave him his new suit, and he's still trying to fight Vulture, and it does have the line, you know, Peter's line, I'm nothing without the suit, and Tony's, you know, if that's true, you don't fucking deserve it, which is good. I just kind of wish. Like, I kind of wish it hasn't been implied that he's saying this because Tony's taking the suit away. It's like, he's just saying this because he thinks it's true, and Tony is telling him if he really does think it's true, he doesn't deserve the suit. Actually thinking about it, I'm not entirely sure why he thinks that, because he built the web shooters himself. And like, okay, sure, he may not be able to build all the gadgets that the suit may have come from, because there's one where like a little robotic spider comes off his chest and flies off to do something, I don't know. and like he has the web wings under his arms that that a lot of comics used to show him having, which I guess are glide wings. But like other than that, like his biggest weapon has always been his web shooters, and he built those. So I at the same point I like that line, and I think the line is kind of weird and a bit unnecessary. Like I guess I don't know, but like. But then, of course, like I said, he fights. He keeps trying to fight Vulture without the suit and his old costume that he used before he teamed up with Iron Man. And apparently, he's going to try and land a plane that is crashing. That I am assuming Vulture caused. But like, it's okay. Like that's probably gonna be one of those holy shit scenes. When you see it in the movie. But like, it's again like a lot of comic book movie trailers and honestly Marvel's usually been good with not showing too much, but it's like again it's showing too much. This one is, I think. It's like, but well, I mean, at the very least, like it hasn't shown any major revelations like the Batman vs Superman trailer where it shows Doomsday and it's like who's the villain? Is gonna be Doomsday, okay. Like we always knew that it was going to be Vulture who Spider-Man fights in this one, and like we get a good idea of what Vulture is going to be doing and how Peter is going to be interacting with him and his interaction with Tony Stark. It's okay. So it's like I said, this is probably going to be the best Spider-Man movie so far. Because it's finally in Marvel's hands, and it does look like it's simple enough that like it's simple, but it's not like stupid or anything like that. Like it's keeping itself simple. Like I feel like the writers kind of learned the lesson that Amazing Spider-Man taught. Don't make the story too dense. Like Spider-Man is fighting Vulture. He's also having personal problems, and he's being mentored by Iron Man. Like, those three make up the cornerstone of the typical Spider-Man story. You don't really need too much more than that. And if they can stick with that, and not put too much, like, information in this, I doubt that just randomly a fucking Infinity Stone is going to show up in this one. If anything, the Infinity Stone is either going to show up in Thor Ragnarok or Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So this is just a fun little movie to really introduce Spider-Man into the Marvel universe, which is I can dig that. Like it's like Ant-Man. Just a fun little distraction. It's not terribly important to the overall story of the universe, but it'll probably help build Iron Man's character. It'll ingratiate Spider-Man more into the universe. If we're lucky, maybe there'll be some nods to the Defenders, the Netflix series. Probably not, but I mean, Spider-Man is a street-level hero, just like Daredevil and Power Man and Jessica Jones and Iron Fist. And apparently Iron Fist sucked, so that was like we were all waiting for the first big failure of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and apparently it's Iron Fist. Yeah, okay. Well, we've gotten over that hurdle, so that's about it. This movie's almost certainly gonna be good. I mean, they really had to fuck this up for it to be bad. And even if it is bad, it's probably still gonna be entertaining on some level, so. As long as it's not as boring as The Amazing Spider-Man was. Yeah. I can dig the Spider-Man. I can dig this one. So, My No Mercy. I'll see y'all later.